Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. As summer heats up, there are many activities outside to do. This episode in particular has a lot of information. I'll preview the 4th of July parade in Pittsfield and several other events, conclude the Jacob's Pillow preview, and review the film Send Help. Plus, I'll be mentioning how one Pittsfield native is making a big splash on Broadway. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, which notable survivalist was hired as a consultant on Send Help? Now, for this episode's local headlines. Our first story is an important one. 4th of July festivities. As viewers may be aware, the United States is celebrating its 250th birthday this year. That means that the celebrations will be bigger than they have in years. In Pittsfield, the most popular event is the Pittsfield 4th of July Parade. This year's theme is Pittsfield Celebrates the Generations. The Pittsfield Parade Committee invites local participants to bring local history to life by celebrating the people, places, and eras that have shaped Pittsfield and the Berkshires. Creative use of color, music, movement, costumes, vehicles, and storytelling is encouraged to showcase how our community has grown, adapted, and thrived over time. Additionally, the annual Pittsfield 5K road race will be held starting at 9 a.m., just before the parade. This brings together runners from all over the Northeast to run for a great cause. All proceeds will go to support community wellness programming through Berkshire Health Systems. The parade kicks off this year on a Saturday. It will start at 10 o'clock a.m. sharp, rain or shine. It begins at the intersection of South and East-West Housatonic Streets in Pittsfield. Then it heads north up South Street on the southbound lane, straight through Park Square. Parking will be very limited and complicated. For more information, visit the City of Pittsfield's 4th of July website shown here. There are a few additional 4th of July events happening elsewhere in Berkshire County. In North Adams, for instance, the North Adams Steeplecats will be at home playing the Keen swamp bats. The game will start at 5:30 p.m. and fireworks will follow the game, weather permitting. Additionally, James Taylor, as usual, will be performing at Tanglewood in Lenox. Our next long story is Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival in Lenox. First up this episode is the San Francisco Ballet. Deemed strikingly modern and technically stunning by the Daily Californian, the nation's longest-running professional ballet company will return to the site of its heralded East Coast debut this summer after a 70-year absence, 7-0. Led by artistic director and former artistic director of London's English National Ballet, Tamara Rojo, San Francisco Ballet will come to Jacob's Pillow to perform a mixed program. In an expansive two-stage engagement, San Francisco Ballet will perform different programs on the outdoor Henry J. Lear stage and in the Ted Shawn Theater in the same week. Next up is the Martha Graham Dance Company. The oldest dance company in the nation, Margaret Graham Dance Company will anchor Jacob's Pillow's efforts this year to honor groundbreaking women who have shaped and are continuing to shape dance in the U.S. during the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Also performing will be Ballet Hispanico, a returning classic since their first Jacob's Pillow performance in 1984. Ballet Hispanico New York offers a mixed program sure to delight dance fans seeking vibrant and richly textured performances. Since its founding by Tina Ramirez in the wake of the civil rights movement on New York's Upper West Side, Ballet Hispanico New York has been celebrated for its bold repertory and exceptional training programs for over 50 years, becoming the nation's leading Latino dance company and the largest cultural institution of its kind in the United States. Finally is Hubbard Street Dance, Chicago. Making an impressive 18th appearance at Jacob's Pillow this summer, the beloved Hubbard Street Dance Chicago remains one of the most original forces in contemporary dance. Committed to awakening the human spirit through dance that is relevant and accessible to all, the company has become a cultural force in their home city and the world that, according to the New York Times, ought to bottle itself as a cure for the ills of the era. Founded in 1977 by dancer and choreographer Lou Conte, and now led by former Hubbard Street and alley dancer Linda Denise Fisher-Harrell, Hubbard Street has brought top choreographers and works to Chicago and beyond for almost half a century. At home in Chicago, Hubbard Street performs 20 times a year and delivers renowned education programs in dozens of classrooms across 17 Chicago schools. With that, our 2026 Jacob's Pillow preview concludes. WWHEN thanks Jacob's Pillow for its many different dance styles. For more information, visit Jacob's Pillow website, shown here. This next story takes us to a popular arts festival in Great Barrington, simply titled the Berkshire Arts Festival. Now in its 20th year, and featuring 175 jury-selected artists from across the country, the Berkshire Arts Festival is nationally recognized as one of the country's most respected summer arts events. The Berkshire Visitors Bureau rates the Berkshire Arts Festival as one of the top 10 hotspots in Western Mass. It is highly recommended as one of the places to go for family get-togethers and an extraordinary shopping experience. Furthermore, according to their website, quote, with its relaxed atmosphere, great food, exceptional art and crafts, puppet shows, and live music, it's a great weekend for the entire family, end quote. A perfect festival setting, this beautiful ski butternut venue provides artists with exhibition options that include indoor air-conditioned space, large white tents, as well as outdoor space. There is also abundant free parking and a superb selection of specialty foods to make the show appealing to people of all ages. There is also free camping on the site. This will take place on July 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Ski Butternut in Great Barrington. For more information, visit the website shown here. As viewers have seen many times on this show, Berkshire County is known for its theater companies, like Berkshire Theater Group, Barrington Stage Company, Williamstown Theater Festival, and Shakespeare and Company, among others. However, it's also a proving ground for people who want to get out into the major cities. Famous actors such as Elizabeth Banks and Finn Wittrock were born, raised, and trained in Berkshire County and have gone on to success. I myself was a theater student in high school and a theater major at Berkshire Community College. Now you can add another name to the list. Ali Louis Borgozzi. Recently, Borgozzi won the Tony, the biggest award in the theater industry, for Best Performance by an Actor in a Featured Role in a Musical, for his portrayal of David in The Lost Boys. Borgozzi, 26, began his theatrical career in the Berkshires, performing on stages across the county, including Berkshire Theater Group and Barrington Stage Company. At Pittsfield High School, he was a Proteus Drama Department star. After graduating PHS in 2017, he attended Ithaca College, where he earned a bachelor's degree in fine arts in musical theater. In 2024, Borghese performed in his first Broadway musical, the short-lived adaptation of Tommy, before his big breakthrough this year in The Lost Boys. In this show, which is an adaptation of the famed 1987 film, Borghese plays David, a role made famous by actor Kiefer Sutherland, the main villain and leader of a vampire gang. Borghese was a favorite to win the award, and did so, much to the delight of all of Berkshire County. This is not going to be the last you hear of Ali Louis Borghese. WWHEN congratulates him on his success. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This episode, we'll be reviewing the exciting new film, Send Help. After years of loyal service to her company, awkward wannabe survivalist Linda finds herself passed over for a long-awaited promotion by the firm's new CEO, spoiled, shallow Bradley. Then, Linda finds herself accompanying Bradley on a business trip to Bangkok. But a plane crash leaves the pair stranded on a remote island, where Linda's survival skills suddenly give her power over her injured, sheltered superior. As Linda embraces island life, she begins to plot to keep herself and Bradley from being rescued, while Bradley plots his own escape. And it isn't long before the duo's toxic dynamic and manipulations lead to madness more deadly than anything on the island. So, what did I think about this movie? This movie is an exciting roller coaster of genres. 1 minute, you're scared out of your wits. The next, you're laughing hysterically. And the next, you're asking yourself, did that really just happen? Despite the constant shift in genres, they actually work and are really consistent. A lot of this has to do with Rachel McAdams as Linda. She's great at portraying Linda as a woman who may or may not be a crazy survivalist. Additionally, the film's director, Sam Raimi, is great at maintaining a balance of horror and humor. And it's the last 30 minutes that made the movie truly stand out. The fight scenes, jump scares, and jaw-dropping moments make this easily one of 2026's most exciting and thrilling movies. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Send Help an 8.5. Send Help also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, which notable survivalist was hired as a consultant on Send Help? The answer is Kylie Furneaux. Kylie Furneaux is a notable survivalist who has written several books on bushcraft and has been featured on TV. For Send Help, she provided stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien realistically look as though they're actually surviving on a deserted island. She built the camp shelter, various tools, weapons, and survival items. And she also taught McAdams how to make fire and collect drinking water. Our 2026 Basketball Hall of Fame biographies are rolling right along. For this episode, we'll be talking about 2 individuals, 1 player, and 1 coach, who followed unusual or unique paths to their induction. They are Elena Deladani and Mark Few. Our first Hall of Famer, Elena Deladani, was one of the most consistent women's basketball players ever. Her rise to fame started at Ursuline Academy in Wilmington, Delaware. There, she was an All-American and State Player of the Year twice. She also became known for her ability to hit free throws. At one point, she made 80 consecutive, a high school record. Deladani was recruited by many schools and had plans to attend the University of Connecticut, the top women's school for basketball. But just 2 days after attending a summer program, Deladani dropped out of UConn, at the time citing family issues. A year later, Deladani revealed what those family issues were. Her older sister, Lizzie, has cerebral palsy, autism, and is blind and deaf. While attending the summer program, Deladani thought about what Lizzie was going through and had a panic attack. She then realized she needed to be close to her family and especially Lizzie. So, after sitting out a year, Deladani, one of the highest recruits of her class, played at the University of Delaware, which is not known as a basketball school. Deladani dominated, becoming the school's all-time leading scorer and twice being named an All-American. During her junior year, she led the NCAA in scoring. After her historic career, Deladani was selected by the Chicago Sky with the 2nd pick in the 2013 WNBA draft. Her impact was immediate, as she was named Rookie of the Year and just 2 years later won her first MVP. She continued to be a dominant force, being named to 7 WNBA All-Star games. Like in high school, Deladani became known for her free throw shooting. She is the WNBA's all-time leader in free throw percentage. In 2017, Deladani was traded to the Washington Mystics, and 2 years later, in 2019, had her best season. She won her 2nd MVP, but more importantly, led the Mystics to their first WNBA championship. Unlike a lot of WNBA players, Deladani had limited overseas experience. She did win 1 gold medal for Team USA in 2016, but otherwise stayed home to help with her family. Our other Hall of Famer for this episode is Mark Few. Mark Few is a college basketball coach who has only coached one team his entire career, the University of Gonzaga. The University of Gonzaga is a small, private Jesuit college located in Washington State, with just over 5,000 students. However, it has also become home to one of the most dominant teams in college basketball. Few is a major reason for that. Few first started at Gonzaga in 1989 as an assistant head coach and remained that way until 1999. That year, Gonzaga made an unexpected NCAA tournament run to the Elite Eight. The head coach left for another position, so Few was named the new head coach. When an unexpected team makes a surprise tournament run, what normally happens in college basketball is that the head coach leaves for a new job, and the team is never heard from again. In Gonzaga's case, though, Mark Few stayed, and Gonzaga became even stronger. In his first 2 seasons, Gonzaga made the Sweet 16, proving that they were not a fluke. Since then, Gonzaga has made the tournament every year. This does not include 2020, when the tournament was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Even then, Gonzaga had already clinched a berth because they had won their conference tournament, which was held prior to the shutdown, so the streak would have continued. They have also transformed from the underdogs to the top dogs. Twice, Gonzaga has been the NCAA runner-up, in 2017 and 2021. In 2021, they nearly had an undefeated season, only losing in the championship game. Few is still coaching Gonzaga. Active coaches can be inducted into the Hall of Fame, provided they have at least 25 years of experience. So he still has time to win a championship for Gonzaga. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website shown here or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.